Guys, welcome back to Lively Materials. My name is Favor Lema, and I have with me my lecturer, or I like to call him Mr. Baldure. Hi.
Hi, how are you doing, Favor? Yes, you're free to call me whatever you want to call me. Maybe partner in crime is nice. Crime in the world of lively materials. So it's nice to see you.
I'm doing well. I'm doing very fine, thank you. And today we have come back to you guys with a new segment whereby we're going to be talking to you on why metals need supplements, and we are going to be explaining to you the whole history of alloying and metals and everything of that. So over to you, Mr. Baldure.
Yeah, today we've got a very, very interesting topic to talk about, and it's called alloying. That's the technical name. But on our channel, we try to simplify things. Basically, we're going to be talking about how metals take supplements. They need supplements like human beings to be stronger or for them to be able to perform best in the different applications that you use them for. As human beings, when you want to live long, you have to take supplements to improve, the skin so that your skin is glowing. Again, if you're weak and you're sick, and you maybe as a result of deficiency in your nutrition, you're giving supplements, vitamin supplements, those vitamin supplements you take. And if you need to have strong bones, especially if you're an athlete, if you're someone who's into sports, you take supplements to get strong bones. So, do we have this in metals? Yes, we have. That's why we call it lively materials. It's a material that has life. So, how do we do this? Take, for example, when you have iron. There's this popular saying that the strength of an iron is more or less like that of a chewing gum. But introduce a little bit of carbon into that, you form a new material called steel. So imagine you have just 98% of iron and you have just 2% of carbon into it. The strength increased significantly. It becomes extremely strong. And that's why um, everywhere today, most construction industry would go for iron. They will go for iron that has been alloyed with carbon. Carbon's serving a role of a supplement in that case. The same thing goes for aluminium. You add a little bit of magnesium and silicon into aluminium, and it performs extremely well in terms of strength. But that's not the only thing. Look at if you look at some roof, especially in Western Africa, if you look at your roof, you see that they rust quite quickly. If that roof were to be made from steel, for example, you can prevent that corrosion, that rust, by just adding a little bit of chromium or up to 18% of chromium, and that would prevent the steel from corroding. And what we've done is just giving it a minor supplement, just the way you would take your vitamin B, vitamin D, vitamin E. So it's quite an interesting area in the field of material science and engineering, especially metallurgical engineering, where we look at elements that we can have, metallic elements or non-metallic elements that we can add to the matrix, which is the base metal, to improve its performance. Be it you don't want it to rust, you can add a little bit of chromium to steel, and then you have very good corrosion resistance and it doesn't rust. Or if you want to make steel stronger, you had a little bit of carbon, you had chromium, you had nickel, you had molybdenum. All those try as much as possible to prevent the steel from failing. So alloying is an interesting phenomenon, and we've been using this from very, very, very long time. I think I should also mention some other materials or some other supplements that we had. You think of silicon, right? How do we make supercapacitors? Oh no, I was wrong. How do you make semiconductors? Semiconductor materials, for example. Semiconductor materials is made by you intentionally adding some dopants into it. For example, you have little amount of boron into semiconductors so that you can really have very good um, properties. And these properties are basically electrical properties, and that's you have semiconductors in most electronic devices. If if we do not have that supplement boron, that small dopant, in the silicon or germanium, for example, you won't be able to get the type of performance you see in this alloy. So as human beings,
Sorry to cut you short. I wanted to ask that you may, if I'm correct, you're saying boron, we need boron in the body.
no, not boron in the body. You need boron. You need to add boron. You can add a little bit of boron as a dopant into silicon
Okay,
to develop a semiconductor. And this semiconductor you use in electronic devices,
okay.
basically.
So I want to,
So,
I also want to ask,
okay.
like, I just want it to be more interactive. Um, do we have, are there metals that we're supposed to have in our bodies as alloys, or and if we do, what are the effects of this in our bodies, the health benefits, and also the negative effects of this if we had it like in abnormal quantities?
Yeah, that's very good. I was going to talk about having this supplement in abnormal quantity or in very high quantity because that could have effects. Now, to talk about materials, especially metals that you can use in your body, the gold standard material used majorly is titanium, bit of iron as supplement, and insert a bit of copper into titanium to improve its antibacterial properties so that when you have this titanium implant in your body and it contains copper, if there is any infection, bacterial infection, the copper can then attack the bacteria and kill the bacteria, and you can then excrete it out of your body. So, copper, because of its antibacterial property, it can be added as a supplement to titanium to improve its functionality in your body. But that's not the only metal that you use in your body. I think magnesium is also a very good one, especially if you go for surgery and magnesium is used as an implant. And because when your body heals, when the bone, for example, heals, you don't want to go for surgery to remove that magnesium. It can be allowed to dissolve in your body because magnesium corrodes, it rusts quite quickly. And we need magnesium as supplements in our body for proper body function. So you have that magnesium in your body and then it degenerates slowly at a dose that would not be detrimental to your body. And based on that, then you can be functional despite the fact that you have magnesium implant in your body. But magnesium alone is not good enough. That's why in previous studies they've added a little bit of zinc and calcium. Okay, they had a little bit of zinc and calcium as supplement into magnesium to make it a little bit stronger. We need calcium for bones, we need zinc for proper body functioning, and we also need magnesium. So if they are used as a biodegradable implant in your body, they are very, very useful. But we always need to control the amount of supplements that we add to these base metals so that they don't lose or they don't outperform the value for which we have created them for. So there is always a boundary basically, and that's why you need to study material science and engineering to know, okay, how much of this supplement I need to actually add to a particular metal to improve its structural and functional properties. So I think that I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does answer my question. Or you've answered it perfectly and explicitly well. I'm very sure that everybody out there already knows what the benefits of taking metals into their body is, and the dietary functions too, and the metal compositions, and how metals do form compounds. And thank you so much for clearing that up. I just wanted to say to everybody out there that is watching us, make sure you're following Lively Materials on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We're going to be posting a lot of these as shorts and reels. Do show us a thumbs up, like, share with your friends, and kind of repost into your group chats. This is very, very useful for those of you that are actually students of metallurgical and materials engineering. Also, the end of this segment. This is third episode on us talking about metals and their supplements. Guys, don't forget to always stay.
Lively, stay lively, guys, stay lively. So, see you soon, and we will go more into how these alloys are formed.